Hello and welcome to the Daily Gas for July 27th, 2025, called Circle Gets the Square by Philip Newman. Normal Sudoku rules apply. Anti-Renban, digits along lines cannot repeat, and no two digits on a line can be consecutive, regardless of their positions on the line. So what does that mean? Well, often this gets referred to as Nabner lines, right? Anti-Renban. So Nabner just so happens to be Renban backwards. Um, so in a Renban, we want consecutive digits. In a Nabner or anti-Renban Sudoku, we avoid them like the plague. So, for example, here, 1 and 3 are not consecutive. 2 could never go anywhere on this Nabner line. And, well, ignoring the Sudoku here, let's just say 2 here. That would leave you with consecutive digits. Neither could 4 go on the line here because it would be consecutive to 3. So at this point, we need something like 5, 6, 7, so on and so forth that isn't consecutive to either of these two. Here's something that's a little less restrictive. So 6. 6, we can use 1 through 4 because 5 is consecutive to 6. We can't use 7, but we could use 8 or 9. So those are examples of digits that can go on this Nabner line. And already I'm seeing a bit of, it looks like maybe perfect X windmill here. So, and I'm pretty sure anti-Renban is one of those sets that plays nicely with X windmill. So, anyways, that distraction aside, those are the rules. Let's just jump right into it. All right, so got a little distracted there, like I said, with my X windmill at the end, but the question is where are we most limited? So, for example, here, 2 and 5 means you can't have 1, 3, 4, or 6. So we're left with 7, 8, and 9. And of course, if 8 went anywhere on this line, well, obviously it would have to go here. If 8 went here on the line, then this couldn't be 7 or 9, which means there would be no options left. It's actually pretty interesting here. 2, 5, 8, these all have the same remainder mod 3. So you essentially can't match those kinds of modulos on the line because if you do, you don't have enough space. I guess actually that's not true. 147 would work with 9. So you can't match the middle modulo, I guess. I don't know what I was trying to do there. Maybe what I should be thinking about is like low, medium, high, but again, it kind of plays in the modulo. Anyways, that's a ton of rambling to get us to the point where we say this is going to be 7, this is going to be 9. By the same logic, this is going to be 1, and this is going to be 3, and that is a 3 in the corner, which means I probably, knowing that this was a 7, I should have started there, but that's all right. Um, and then actually, this is interesting because 4 we know has to go here because it cannot go on the line here. 6, the same thing, it cannot go on the line here. And the 1, 6, and 9, 6, 1, 9 are all forced. So 4, 9, and 1 are placed here. And then now maybe we should make the consideration here. This can't be 8, but it could be 6 or 7. Okay. 6 or 7. Oh, well, this is interesting, isn't it? Hmm. If Sorry, I don't think that's that useful. I was thinking about like an 8 along this line, for example, because if 8 went off the line, right, that would be between our 7, 9, then we'd be stuck with 1, 3, 4, and 6, and we know that we have to have 1, 6, and 8, actually. We know exactly what these have to be, 1, 6, 8, and then 3 or 4, and actually 3, 4, 6, 8 does just give us 1 there, so maybe that was a good thing to consider. Um, so... Um, 6, 8. Oh, and the easy bit here again is we know that this has to be 3, 4, the thing that gets kicked off the line here. So this is going to be 4 because of the 3. This is going to be 6. And that means 3, 6, 8 has to go 3, 8, 6. We actually fully resolved that. I honestly didn't think that was going to work out, but I'm glad we took a couple more seconds to dig into it. All right, well, we know 1 and 2 have to exist somewhere on these nabners, which means they have to go on different nabner lines, and 3 cannot have the 2 on it, which means the 1 goes here, which means the 2 goes here, which doesn't actually place the 2. Hmm. Interesting. Well, 3 can't go on the nabner, right? Because if 3 went on the nabner, then neither 2 or 4 could go on the nabner, and that would break. So this has to be 3. This would be 7. Then 2, 4, and 8, the remainder gets thrown onto the line. Hmm. Oh, well, one second. Let's just jump back to this for a second, because I realized looking at this, I was like, huh, do we know what this is? Well, I think we were looking at this and we were saying this could either be 6 or 7. We'll double check here. It cannot be 1 through 5. It can't be 6 anymore. Actually, just pretty simple. The only option is 7. I don't even need to consider everything else because we have too many digits that are pointing at this cell. That just restrict it purely by Sudoku. The only one that's restricted by the Nabner rules here is the 2. But in case with that rambling, that's going to become a 3 here. Why that's helpful is because 4, 5, 8, which is a chocolate teapot, but well, this could never be 5. So there we go. It can't be 5 or 8, so it's 4. Same thing here. Then this becomes 5. This is 8. Because 5, I guess another easy way to think about that is 5 could have never gone on either of these Nabner lines, so 5 just went right smack dab in the center there. This is 5, this is 2. Then 1 and 2. Oh, well, we said this can't have the 1 on it because then it would break this, so this has to have the 2 on it. This is 1. Then this is 9 and 8. Then we know 1 and something has to go here. Well, I guess this is the 9 because of the 8. That's the easy bit. The 2 forces the 1. Um, and now actually that gives us 1, 9 across from each other, and the 5 that's missing just goes there. We actually can place the last of our 5s. Yes, the last of our 5s. This is 2, this is 8. And I expect a swift end here for 6 to 8. And this is 2, this is 8. This is 3, this is 7. That gives us, what are we missing here? 3 and 8, and 7 and 2. And across we need 9, and we need 1, and we are done in 6 minutes and 25 seconds with Circle Gets the Square by Philip Newman. So, with that, um, even with my rambling, I managed to do, I think, pretty well on that one. There were some interesting interactions that, like, I don't expect Philip wanted you to look here quite yet, or you know what, maybe he did, and I just managed to to just spot this very convenient set of digits that pointed up the column there. But rambling aside, I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for watching.